pretty funny. Alan came up yesterday in the Pink Floyd video because he produced Dark Side of the Moon, apparently. So it's funny, this song came up. There you go, whatever. Hi, guys, welcome to Leap Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. I know I am. Trying my best. My allergies are absolutely killing me. But it's okay. I'm trying my best, right? So we're going to be listening to the Alan Parsons Project, courtesy of our patron Coquina. Thank you, Coquina, for your support. We're going to be listening to the track Old and Wise off the album Eye in the Sky, I think. And I looked it up, and there's another really, I guess, popular track from this album. It's Sirius and Eye in the Sky. So maybe we'll do that one too. I don't know. If I like this one, maybe we'll check that out. We've done a few Alan Parsons stuff throughout the tenure of my channel, shall we say. But he hasn't really stuck. You know, obviously he's a wonderful producer and makes great music, but I guess either no one really requests him that much, or it just didn't stick, you know. So maybe this song will be different. Let's go. If y'all want to subscribe to help brother out, click that icon right below my face. Leave a like, comment, anything, man. It really helps. And let's go. Old and Wise, the Alan Parsons Project. 3, 2, 1, go.
As far as my eyes can see, there are shadows approaching me.
That's gorgeous.
And to those I left behind, I wanted you to know you've always shared my deepest thoughts. You follow where I go, and oh, when I'm old and wise, bitter words mean little to me. Autumn winds will blow right through me, and someday, in the midst of time, when they ask me if I knew you, I'd smile and say you were a friend of mine, and the sadness would be lifted from my eyes.
His lyrics are
Oh,
hard hitting.
when I'm old and wise, as far as my eyes can see.
His voice is wonderful here.
There are shadows surrounding me, and to those I leave behind, I want you all to know you've always shared my darkest hours. I'll miss you when I go, and when I'm old and wise, heavy words that tossed and blew me, like autumn winds will blow right through me, and someday,
What a
in the
voice.
midst of time, when they ask you if you knew me, remember that you were a friend of mine. As the final curtain falls before my eyes, oh, when I'm old and wise, as far as my eyes can see.
What a swell. Okay, let's go. really? You still got like 20 seconds. It's one of those songs. 20-second outro. It makes me so mad. But it's beautiful. That song said so much very simply, but it's like eloquent at the same time. I don't even know how to describe that. That was very strange. What a strange feeling that song gives you. It's almost like it makes you a little bit like reminiscent of things, but it's also it almost like gave me motivation. I don't know how to describe it. Because the song's old and wise. The opposite would be like young and dumb, I guess. I was gonna say during the video, it only could be if I could only be so lucky, to make it that far to be old and wise. I guess you could, whatever age you want to consider that to be. But then I thought about it. I didn't say it because it's kind of how you look at things, They always say like, the brightest flowers always get picked first, So I don't know if it's more of a token to say that, you died young or you died early or you died when you were older, It's kind of because as you get older, you turn into something different than what you originally were. It's just how it works. Obviously, hopefully the core self stays with you, but I don't know, man. You start growing and things change. The world changes. You change. Before you know it, you're gonna be like 70 years old, and you're like, "What the fuck?" I'm 30, and I feel that way, bro. I can't imagine what I'm gonna feel like when I'm 70 if I make it that far. I have my doubts, but one can only hope, right? But still, that was very thought-provoking. I think the orchestra swell, that was so great. That just out of nowhere, just instant dopamine right there. That was excellent. As usual, the production is flawless with his music. That's always the one thing that stands out with the stuff I have heard. It's always the production and just the quality in general of everything is immaculate, honestly. Very clean sounding, but it also has a little dirt smudged on the sound at points just to give it a little bit of character. I love the piano lines in this. Just gorgeous up and down. I kind of wish they brought it back. The piano, basically in the first half, I really wanted that to come back. That was my favorite part, other than the orchestra swells. And the vocals, and the lyrics. See, I could just go down the checklist. There's a lot to like about that song. The vocals, I don't know if that was Alan or somebody else. I got it up right here. Let me see. Let's see. It was Alan Parsons. No, it wasn't his on vocals. So Ian Bernson on electric guitars, Stuart Elliott on drums, Alan Parsons on clavinet, Fairlight CMI, delay, David Patton on bass, Andrew Powell, orchestral arrangement and orchestral conductor, and Eric Wolfson on keyboards. That doesn't say who the... I want to know who did the vocals, not the single. Alright, go to the personnel. Okay, so... Was that Colin from the Zombies? No, that was not Colin from the Zombies. Mel Collins on sax. Sorry, I get distracted. It says Eric does vocals too. Chris Rainbow, Elmer Gantry, and Lenny Zakatic. It's a good name. It could be any of those people, but this is a very huge album, apparently. I didn't even realize it was that big. Holy shit. 1982, Eye in the Sky was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Engineered Album. In 2019, the album won Grammy Award for Best Immersive Audio Album. Did they just re-release it or something? That's pretty cool, man. That's funny. You really couldn't tell that was from 1982. You could have said that was... No, I wouldn't say early 70s. If you could have told me that was from 75 on, and I would, even in the 90s, it kind of had a timeless quality to it that I guess lends credence to the orchestral side of it, But there was some real wisdom in this, and real, I don't know, it felt like friends talking or old lovers. I don't know exactly, because it's almost like Remember Me or. I don't know. I kind of was getting swept up in the instrumental points that I lost track of what he was saying. But what he was conveying in the feeling department, I felt it completely. It's you know, I look back at the past 15 years of my life. Let's just say 15. You know, it's been a hell of a ride. You know what I mean? The 15 before that, even crazy, or not even crazier, but it was crazy too. It's just like life is just a roller coaster, man. You know, it's like a pendulum, and it's so funny. I thought about this today. You know, the pendulum swings the equilibrium point right in the middle. It always is the shortest amount of time that the pendulum stays there. Once it swings out either way, it stays up and it comes back real quick. You know what I mean? That perfect balance of things. It's always the smallest, most fleeting moments. And then they're gone, you know? But those longer other moments, they last forever, it feels like. But the stuff that feels real, the stuff that is real, it only lasts for a little bit, it feels like, doesn't it? I don't know. Maybe that's what gives it its value. But I'm going to stop rambling. That was great. I'm going to have to go with the piano lines in the first half and that orchestra swell, like I've already said, is my favorite parts, and the vocals. But there's a lot to glean from that, and I can't wait to listen to it again to get another take on that. But let me know who did the vocals in that, since there were so many people. I bet if I really looked at it and like clicked on the song, it'll tell me. Hold on. Because I want to find that out. Old and Wise is the third single released from it in 1982. Colin! It was Colin! No shit. That was Colin? That just blew my mind, bro. I love the Zombies. I couldn't tell that was Colin. It didn't even sound like him. Did that sound like the guy from the Zombies? That's crazy. But it's also the 80s. That's about, 13, 14 years after the Zombies. Maybe even 17. So, I mean, like, hey, whatever. But it sounded great. That was some amazing vocal work. And I'm mad at myself for not recognizing that voice. But I'll leave it at that. Thank you again, Coquina. Have a good day. If you have another track by Alan Parsons' project you think I'd like, maybe from this album or another one, leave it down below. I'm down for whatever, because that was very, very good. Thought-provoking and just a little bit soul-stirring. 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 Now get out of here.